I had to make sure we actually looked in our mystery box today. What do you think is inside? Oh, guess what I found on my bookshelf at home? Play ball, Amelia Bedelia. I know we haven't read one of her books in a long time, so we'll do that today. All right, that's our mystery. Can you find a book off the bookshelf at your house that you haven't read in a very, very long time? Open it up and maybe you can read it now. Isn't that fun? We have the tools to read. Are you ready for just talking? I found some fun cards today that have some fun questions. Are you ready? Let's just chat a little bit. What is the silliest thing you have ever done? In your 5, 6 years of life, what's the silliest thing you can think of that you've done? You might have to ask your mommy, because I know that in our house, I had some very silly things that my children did. And I didn't take a picture of all of them. I should have, so I can remember and show them this is what you did when you were little. I don't think they believe me now. Nah, Mom, we never did that. Yes, like the time the girls took the baby powder and they made a snowstorm in their room. All the powder was all over their little people house, the bus, and Grammy walked in there, and the whole room was a haze of baby powder. We couldn't even vacuum it. We had to wait for it to all fall to the ground before we could vacuum. It was a mess. Now, they caused a lot of problems by doing that. Now that I look back on it, it's funny, but it was naughty because they got into something they knew they weren't supposed to play with. So sometimes the silliest things are when you were little and you get into something you shouldn't have, but you should ask your mommy and daddy. Maybe you can think of something silly that you did. Can you think of something? All right, so since we heard Vel barking so crazily, I had to use this card to ask you a question. It says, in your opinion, that means what you think, what would be the most enjoyable thing about being a dog or a cat? So, imagine you're not a human, you are a cat or a dog. What would be the most enjoyable thing about that? You better not say not doing schoolwork. Can you think of something? All right. Oh, here's another one about animals. If you could take a ride safely on the back of any wild animal, which animal would you choose to ride? Any wild animal that you could safely ride, because most of them you can't. What wild animal would you like to take a ride on? Oh, I can't even think of one. What about maybe a tiger or a cheetah because they run fast? You'd have to hold on really tight. Let's see. Okay, here's another one. This will be our last one today because these are some thought-provoking ones. They're fun. Okay, so another one about dogs. Dogs wag their tails when they're happy. Or like earlier we said, they bark to show their joy or happiness. Okay. What is something that you often do when you're feeling happy? What do you do when you're happy? You're not a doggy. You don't have a tail to wag, and you don't bark. But you are a human being created in God's image. What do you do with your body? What do you do to show that you're happy or you're feeling good? Do you sing? Do you whistle? I know. Do you skip or hop? You jump? Think about it today. So remember, we're practicing joy. We're not going to grumble. A no grumble day. A grumble-free day. Not grumbling. Practicing joy, being happy. Pay attention. What do you do when you're happy?